be willing to stand in. Hey, good to be back here with you. It's still the bumper breakfast, and I did tell you we're talking about humanity. In the midst of the chaos that we have been going through as a country, in the midst of the troubles that we've had to, experience in recent times, in the midst of the mind-boggling incidents of thuggery, terrorism, kidnapping, some organizations have been keeping their heads above the water, trying hard to provide succor for Nigerians. Some of them, humanitarian organizations, some of them have been here for quite a while. I have the biggest pleasure this morning to host KAYODE Oshinuga. I remember when he became the Lion president for District 401B2, am I correct? 404B2, yes. I was asking myself, how do these people do it really? And then he came with all of this excitement and so much hope of what was going to be done, what could be done, the possibilities. He's back here this morning, outgoing and ready to tell us how he has fared. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning, Tomisi.
Good to see you again. I think the last time I saw you was Christmas Eve?
Yes, Christmas.
No, New Year Eve.
No, it was Christmas, not even the Eve, few days to Christmas.
Few days to Christmas.
When we lighted the...
Yes, the garden right in front of our premises here. Yeah. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Tomisi.
The International Lions Club has benefited a lot from the people like you. I mean, you carry the baton, you keep the flag burning, you push further the way it was last year. But I must ask, in the midst of all the chaos in the country, how easy was it?
Well, thank you very much, Tomisi. And let me start on an appreciative note to organizations like MITV that has backed us up over the years, not only this year. You have always been there for us. You made our job much easier, and you project us to the world, and through your projection we get a lot of support and understanding of members of the public. So I say thank you and kudos to MITV.
Thank you
for these wonderful things you are doing for humanity through Lions Clubs International. Well, in the midst of all these challenges, terrorism, kidnapping, armed robbery, cultism, I know what's not, humanity still resides in us. Because I believe majority of Nigerians, at least over 90% of us, are not into these violent crimes that we have just mentioned. Just only a few of us, and unfortunately, they grab the headlines from
the good news.
Yes, from the good news.
Doesn't grab the headlines.
Yes,
it's the bad news.
That's what you journalists say. You say the good, bad news make good.
I'm of a different school of thought.
So that's the unfortunate part of it. But in the midst of all this, well, the over 98% of Nigerians who are doing very good, we still have to keep our head above the water. We have to remain focused. We have to keep our eyes on the ball to make our communities better than we have met them. And that is what we set out to do at the beginning of our Lions year, which ran from July 1, 2021, and we'll be rounding up in June 30th this year.
So just about a month and a couple of days.
About less than 40 days to go. Now. Yes. So I'll be rounding up. Somebody else will take over. It's a baton. And we'll continue to do it year in, year out, doing it better than the previous years.
You know, what really baffles me is the drive with which you carry on these projects, because one day you're lighting up here, second day you're going to a hospital there, third you're going to one community to erect this. Is it that this money is always somewhere? And because, you know, the general assumption for the public is international organization, they always send them money, they have donations from abroad, overseas, blah, 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 blah. How do you get the funds? Let's talk about that.
Well, the first thing is that when you say you see one particular moment one is doing this, one particular moment you are doing that, you are jumping from one place to the other. And people have always asked, where do you get the energies to do all this?
I'm concerned about the money more than the
yes.
energy. You see that money? Very important.
So, but we thank God that God has been very faithful. Yeah, as regards to funding, like I always say, we rely, like I go back to the first thing I say. When people like you project us to members of the public, they know what we do. Public, kind-spirited individuals and organizations back us up, some of them. Most of the time, our what the Yoruba call of our own selves, we bring them together, right? And actually, that and what we raise from the public form the bulk of what we use in executing some of our service activities. Like you saw one club, we were here in December to light up the garden and beautify the environment, make it very attractive and very conducive environment. And another time we were at somewhere around here too, undertaking diabetes screening, where we screened over 2,000 people, then followed those who require further medical assistance at Lasut, where we have a collaboration. You know, we have a diabetes clinic in Lasut, the Lions Club, Lupeju Lions Club Diabetes Clinic particularly, so where we collaborate. And so many other things. So we put these funds together, but our greatest asset is prudent management of resources. The little money you give us, we make sure that we manage them prudently. For instance, I will tell you that any money you put into the Lions Club do not go into any other form, but any other for either logistics, travel, hotel, or anything. No, it is members themselves that contribute such money. We went to Kogi Kwara some few years ago to do flood relief. And excuse me, before I became district governor, I was in charge of Allowance Alert, which is the disaster relief arm of the thing. We raise money within ourselves, we raise materials. And when we are getting on the trip, my district governor then told me, OSHINUGA, please, you have to your money for accommodation and feeding. I hope you are ready with it. My own car is there to take us along. So that is the way we do it. We do not use public funds or money.
So the money you source for service,
yes,
you keep it there.
Strictly for service, and that is why we've been rated as the most effective in the world by Financial Times of London and other organizations. Charity Navigator has given us 5-star rating 3-4 times.
I did hear that one of the things you also do is you keep each other employed. Somebody was saying to me, I said, you need to go and join one of these organizations because, when their brother is in one place and one sister is looking for a job.
That is not...
That you people just always...
No, that is not completely... That is not true. That is not...
Do you have the unemployed amongst you?
Seriously. Okay. We have those who were hit hard to employed and we are doing well and suddenly lost their jobs, right? We have a responsibility as an organization to keep ourselves together. We have those who had very good jobs but suddenly became underemployed.
That's another class.
That's another class. Yeah. So we have a responsibility to keep ourselves together. But it is not that if you want a job or you want a contract. No. In fact, when we do our extension services, recruitment services, we make it plain known that if you're looking for a job, looking for a contract, this is not the right place to come. Right? Yes, because.
So your contracts are not executed within. You still give them to professionals.
Yes, we give them to professionals first within. Before, yes.
Okay.
But we give the best. We give to the best, whether within or outside.
All right, let's go back to some of the projects that you executed in the last couple of months. It's been 10 months.
It's been 10 months. 10 months of
10 full
impactful services.
Let's even call it almost 11 months.
Yes, almost 11 months.
4.
Of highly impactful services from Lagos to Bumosho, to the entire of Kwara, to the entire of Ekiti, to the entire of Osun. It's been stories of fulfillment for me as an individual, as a district governor, because when you go through all the stress of planning your projects and execution and travels here and there, but at the end of the back end of it is that you are at the point of delivering these services, and you see people who are receiving it are very happy and satisfied. That's the fulfillment we get as
Makes you really happy.
Yes, that's the fulfillment. From when we started, for instance, we screened over 2,000 people for eye defect at Onibumbu SCDA. Here, that is the Lagos Axis, Kwara Axis had theirs, Ekiti Axis had theirs, Osun Axis had theirs. And we gave about 500 free eyeglasses. Then we moved further to, we harvested people who needed cataract surgery, and we took them to our facility at Ota. You know, we have a facility at Ota, the Lions Club Eye Center, State Hospital in Ota. And that is where we did, it wasn't free anyway, because that's our facility is run by government. So, but we got a subsidized rate to do it. And we did about 50 free cataract surgeries. I've told you about that, but it's the same thing in Kwara, the same thing in Ekiti.
I know you're supposed to have a children's center somewhere.
Yes, we do have a children's center, and that is at Lekki, the Motherless Babies Home, right, which is a collaboration between the Lions Clubs of Nigeria and the Lagos State government, right. Well, it was actually our initiative long years back, and Lagos State government and other corporates to join us. Today it's being managed by a management board on which we are represented.
My concern is when you do all of these projects, you hand them over to government.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that due process is followed, maintenance continues, the standard doesn't fall, doesn't drop? How?
Well, the thing is that we do not keep our eyes off these projects when we actually hand them over to government, because we do not have the capacity to run them by ourselves. Look at the oncology center at Lasut, the cancer center at Lasut. It has been there since about 2007. So we handed over to government. The government have the capacity, they have the personnel to run it effectively. But what we do once in a while is to go there and see what is needed. The government too does their maintenance, no doubt about that, but we also go there once in a while to see what we can do. I tell you about the Lukoju Lions Club Diabetes Clinic at Lasut. That clinic has been virtually brought down. Now as we're talking, Lions Club together with another corporate, we are doing an expansion work on that facility, that we take it one floor ahead and widen the base, because we discovered that...
Of course, please tell me first that as you brought it down, professionals are also involved.
Yes, professionals are also involved. Certainly.
Because you know the way we build houses in Nigeria.
No, certainly.
We will have one story, then tomorrow we just wake up and say,
certainly. I mean, you cannot do a facility in an institution like Lasut without proper control. You understand? So professionals are handling it. In fact, the professional that is handling the construction is not even our member. It's not our member, because we are looking for the best that will give us value for money. So we do not keep eyes off the ball. That's why we are still on the management team board of the SOS Motherless Babies Home at Lekki. That is why we are still on the management board of the Lions Club Eye Center at Ashubiaru Specialist Hospital at Oshobo, where it cost us over $500,000 to put together. So we are not putting our eyes off them.
All right, the last 1 month is almost here.
Yeah.
What do you have planned for the people?
Look, the last 1 month, for instance, I'm on a region visit to a region called Region 10, which is basically some clubs in Ikeja, about 10 clubs in Ikeja, and I've been seeing their project. After here, I'll be going to Lasu to inspect that diabetes project, and we are in the month of this month, for instance, we're going to have our Children's Day program. It's an annual program, Lion Services for Children. We're going to have it on Friday. By June, which is the environmental month, which is our last month, we are planning to put our people to our children. We want to focus on the children, teach them about the environment, let them know the do's and don'ts of the environment, let them know why and how it is bad to abuse the environment, so that we could all live in a sustainable. Our target is the children, because we want to catch them young. Then we are continuing with our project at Erinle and Ogbomoso. At Erinle, we have triple project. We have a diabetes clinic and an eye center, which is undergoing construction. And we also have a diabetes clinic, a dialysis center, also at Erinle, which we are doing together with biomedicals, a corporate, which is partnering with us to do it. At Ogbomoso, our eye center is almost completed. So all this, we engage our time for the main time, for the end of the time.
We've been speaking to Lion KAYODE Oshinuga, and my kudos to you for the great work you've been doing. You did say that it's a baton, it's a race,
Yes,
the next person is going to pick it up.
Yes.
And if you're not able to complete some of these projects,
yes, we pass the baton now. Yes.
The next person picks.
Yes, it's ready now. The gentleman is ready. Yes.
So you even know who the person is?
Oh yes, of course. Even the next 2 years, we know.
Really?
Yes.
How does that work?
It's a perpetual succession thing. If you want to be a district governor, you run for election.
Okay.
To become the second vice district governor. Then from the second vice district governor, you then are elected in a simple vote. The first one you come in as a second vice district governor could be competitive, right? But subsequent ones could be affirmative.
Okay.
Right. So you become first vice district governor. After first vice district governor, you are affirmed. If your members still find you acceptable, so you are not committed any gross misconduct, as they say in the political arena. So your members will affirm you to become district governor. We were in Warri 2 weeks ago, and it was affirmed. Arele Konwolabi was affirmed as the next district governor, and it's already warming up to take over.
I want to say a big thank you to you, Lion KAYODE Oshinuga, for joining us this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you. We look forward to hosting the incoming when he also gets here.
I guess I'll bring him here to come.
Of course, I know you're going to come together, but always a pleasure to have you. Let's take a break. We're still looking at the humanity inside of you, and I want to find out, where has that gone to? We'll be back.